Well, Chelsea, do you mind telling me what you remember happened on Friday when you were working at Dutch Bros?
Um, I was working with 4 other people up, and so there's 5 of us total. And I just remember looking over to my right. I was actually in like the safest position. Like I was in the furthest away part that got hit, which is crazy that I got the most injured. But I just remember looking over and seeing one of my coworkers like look at me like all like bug-eyed, and then I like saw the front of the truck. Like it was all super fast, so there wasn't a lot that I really saw, but it was just the truck, and then the insulation from the actual building next to us was all over us inside of our building, because I don't think we actually have like real insulation there. So it's crazy. I still have some in my hair because I can't shower yet, but yeah.
So you were outside the stand when the truck
I was inside the stand.
You were inside.
It's
Okay.
in a back area.
I was by the walk-up window, and they got hit like on the drive-up area. But one of our coworkers was outside running orders, and she luckily, I think she said she heard it. I don't know if she said she saw it, but so she ran, and she luckily got out of the way. And then us 4 were stuck inside, and our window wouldn't open. So some guy like smashed it open with something and then pulled us out. But yeah, we were lucky we were all in the area we were, because if we had been anywhere further back in the stand, like where we make smoothies or like get any of our products from a million times a day, or even going to the bathroom, there would have been a high chance of one of us dying probably, because everything was collapsed and the bathroom actually got like ran through. So if anyone was going to the bathroom, that would not have been good.
That's a miracle.
Yeah, it really is.
So did you see the truck coming? I guess from where you were, what all did you see before you started to feel the phone?
Yeah, the window's pretty small, so like when I looked over, the front of the truck was already there. So like I pretty much saw like the 0.2 seconds before it hit us. So I was just,
and the owner's boss was actually in the window right before, and she got pulled away, didn't she?
The owner's daughter.
Yeah, owner's daughter, sorry.
Yeah, she got pulled away. She was right by that window and got pulled away, and luckily just came out with a broken finger. But yeah, I remember after when I got up, because I like sort of closed my eyes. When I opened them, I was just sitting on the ground, and I just remember the room looked like one of those tilted rooms or whatever that they have, and because like our fridge was tilted over and our milks were just all the way out. And I remember when I got pulled out, they thought there was blood all over me, so they cut my pants off, but it was just like syrup that exploded, luckily.
Yeah.
But it had to be the red syrup, of course. But yeah.
So you were trapped under all the debris then?
Sort of. It was luckily like that's why all of us were like in a part where nothing, like we didn't get trapped, but anywhere to the right or left of us was all fallen down and everything. So it was pretty crazy that we got that lucky.
Definitely angels involved. Yeah.
So what do you remember after you were rescued from kind of where you were at being trapped?
I remember some guy that was probably like my height and weight pulled me out, and I asked him to lay me on the ground because I thought my hip was just dislocated the whole time. Like some lady like got on her knees and was praying for me, and I had a couple other ladies around me like helping me. And then I remember being in the ambulance, and I'm just like, can we not just pop my hip back in place, because I feel like that'd make me feel better. But it figures out that my pelvis was pretty much broken. So yeah. I was probably in shock, so I didn't feel as much pain as what was actually going on.
You mentioned someone was praying around you and someone else helped you come out.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Definitely what we want to make sure we get out there too is anybody who was involved, and with helping anybody, even cars that were hit, that how much we all appreciate them so much, and how much it meant to Chelsea and myself, for them to be there with her, I wasn't able to be there, right away, or knew anything right away. And so just knowing that these people stepped up when a lot of people don't these days, and it's so hard to watch and hear that this was incredible how many people just came right to their aid.
Yeah, there was at least like 10 people at the walk-up window, like ready to pull us out. And then at least like 40 people surrounding us when I was just getting put in the ambulance.
Incredible.
Like everyone was just coming out of everywhere.
So Chelsea, what would you like to say to those people who helped you that day?
Thank you. And I don't know, I just appreciate that they are careless enough to help me and sit there and like help, like, I don't know, try to calm me down, which is very nice. Yeah.
Mama, you felt that too.
A lot. I couldn't imagine going through that, and I had to think about what they were going through and what was going through their minds, and I just can't even fathom. You always worry about your kid working somewhere like that and being robbed. That happens a lot, but something like this is just so unreal,
random.
Just the call, I didn't even think the call was real. I thought it was a joke. I just didn't get it at first, and it's
is that how you found out, through a call, or how did you?
Lady,
a lady that was helping me asked if I wanted to call anyone and let them know. So I told them to call.
And I didn't answer at first because I didn't recognize the number. And then I thought, okay, they're calling back, I better answer. And so I was like, what, like, what, so she said semi, because that's what they first thought it was. And I just was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, it's just unreal.
It's great what you're saying earlier, Chelsea, about just had you guys been a little bit further into the stand in that other area, it could have been much worse. But I've seen a lot of people on social media saying it just seemed like there were angels there with you guys that day.
Yeah, one of my coworkers said that she felt like she was pulled away from the window, and the other coworkers that were in there with us were like, we didn't do that. So
yeah, just crazy. And with all the big machinery in there too, that could have done so much more damage to them, so we're just so thankful that everybody, was okay and nothing traumatic. I mean, nothing, really deadly happened, I guess I could say.
So yesterday we were in court with the first appearance for the driver who drove through Dutch Bros and the tax building. We actually learned from that hearing that he has 4 felonies and 10 misdemeanors in Idaho. So with a history of even not driving his commercial vehicle safely. So I wonder, considering what happened that day, what do you think of that?
I looked his name up once I saw a post that finally came out with his face and everything. And I saw that, and I was very confused how he was able to drive a commercial vehicle after that. Like, I understand
he should have been able to drive.
No. I think it's nice to give people second chances for like a job and all that. Like, that's a different story. But like actually driving after having those offenses is totally different, in my opinion, at least.
Irresponsible and thoughtless.
Like, he'll have his license, obviously, but driving a commercial vehicle like for a business doesn't really make sense in my head.
I don't, if you do it for your job, why wouldn't you do it in your own car? So it just says a lot right there. And how many times he probably could have hurt people
or got away with
before that
stuff.
Yeah. It's absolutely, and I just don't get it either. It's mama bear coming out. I just don't.
Did you see him? I understand he was on scene for quite a while. Did you ever catch a glimpse of him or on the scene?
No, I didn't really see anyone's reactions or anything, just people that came up to me personally because I was laying down on the sidewalk. So I didn't really get to look around much. Like, the sun was blaring in my eyes. No, just the few people that came up and prayed for me and stuff like that I saw.
What would you want to say to the driver?
that he's an idiot. I don't know. A lot of stuff probably of anger if I ever did see him.
Just want him to hear every detail of what he's done and feel the same pain in a way, guilt wise, you know. I mean, I don't wish anybody death or pain, but you know, first time
Definitely the
offense is
guilt.
one thing. This is multiple offenses. So many people that probably could have been hurt or maybe have been, who knows. But this is my daughter. This is her family. You know, her work is her family. And these are people that are all cared about and care about her so much that, you know, even other people he hit in cars, the tax building. I mean, every single piece of damage that he's causing people's lives financially, emotionally, physically. I hope he hears and feels, you know, and really thinks about how he spends the rest of his life with this, you know.
Just to be transparent with you guys, we're trying to track down the company that he worked for and get to the bottom of how, kind of that question of you were confused. I mean, to have it that many charges involved with DUIs, reckless driving on your record, how you're able to be allowed to drive for a company. So we're hoping to kind of pin them down on that. But yeah, it just
Hopefully that doesn't say that a lot about how they treat things in their business and home life. So, you know, I mean, I don't ever want to judge, but at the same time, it's when you allow somebody to do that knowingly, that says a lot. And that's scary. You know, I hope things change after this. I really, really hope that they change some things after this.